Hello everybody, welcome back to another edition of the EcoStruxure Machine Expert training. I'm your host, Leandro Mada, and in this video what we're going to see is how we can change the firmware of our Modicon M262 using a SD card. So let's go to the presentation. So basically the idea of using the SD card to change the firmware, it can be because you will need to change the firmware because when you're trying to log into the controller, it tells you that you have an older version or it's not compatible with the version that you have. Then you will need to change the firmware to the highest one that is available. Or the other possible scenario is that the controller that you have, okay, has some credentials and you have forgotten the credentials. So the only way to sort it out would be to using a SD card. That is not the same process as you're trying to use USB or Ethernet to change the firmware. It will not delete the user rights, so you will need to use the SD card only. So if we go here in the presentation, before doing anything on the controller, we must have this software called Controller Assistant. This Controller Assistant allowed us to create the files that will help us to change the firmware on the PLC. So if you already have the Machine Expert, then you got this Schneider Electric software installer. Otherwise, you will need to download it from our website and then install it in your laptop. Okay, so once you select the version of the software that you want to install, okay, you just need to go to Features and select the Machine Commissioning and Maintenance. So in there, inside this selection, the Controller Assistant is selected and will be installed. So here is just some details about the SD card. You can use this SD card that I'll show you over here, okay, which is the Schneider one, or you can use any SD card with these characteristics. Okay, if you follow, there is FAT32, less than 32 gigas, and it can be these types. Okay, then you can use it. And here are the characteristics for this SD card. Okay, I'm not going to waste time explaining this part, but you can use any SD card with these characteristics or use this one. So once you have the SD card, as I have over here, okay, this one, okay, this is not a standard, it's not the Schneider one. Okay, so I'm going to plug it on my laptop, and then what I'm going to do is to format, just in case there is a wrong format of something. Okay, so just bear with me a second. Let's minimize this part. So this is the SD card that I have, and it has some information from the from other firmware files. So what I'm going to do, this is software probably you should have or you should done. Your case is that format the SD card just in case. So right click on the external disk, external SD card. You should be able to select this option format. Click on format. Here you can check the capacity and the format. Okay, I'm going to select FAT32. The capacity is lower than 32 gigabytes, and then I'm going to quick format and start. Okay, so this will format the SD card and the SD card will be clean. Okay, so this is the first thing that we need to do. Then what we need to do is to open our Controller Assistant. So let me just open it on the side, Controller Assistant, and we can continue on this. Just wait for it. Okay, so you have the Controller Assistant. Okay, we just need to select to update the firmware. Here we have the list of PLCs compatible with the Controller Assistant. We just need to select the M262 in this case. Here you should be able to select more or different firmwares, okay, that you probably have installed in your laptop. Okay, so I'm going to select this one, which is the one that I have, and I'm going to select next. Here is the post configuration file that allows you to change only the Ethernet port 2. If we go to the PLC, which is this one, it allows you to change this post configuration that I have over here. These two ports. Let me just put this a little bit low. There we go. So these two ports over here. So if we continue with this, and I'm going to change this, so as soon as we leave this in 0, okay, the IP address will be the one defined by the MAC address of the Ethernet port. Okay, that will explain later when we want to connect to the controller. So right now, this controller has this IP address. Okay, we should be able to have that one. CMD. Okay, ping 192.168.1.262. Why not? Because I haven't turned on the switch. Just bear with me a second. Okay. And there we go. Okay. So I have the connection with the controller, the physical connection. Now I'm going to change this to my controller, which is the M262. I'm going to double click just to show you that they have something over there. Okay. Connect, Alt F. They're asking me for some credentials, just to show you that it has some credentials, and when I download by SD card, this credential will be vanished. Okay. Online change, download, just proceed with this. Okay, so in this way, just show you that it has some IP address, some credentials, and what I'm going to do now is to completely restore it. Okay, so from here, next. Okay, now here we have two options. This one is going to be, if we use USB or Ethernet, we are going to use SD card. So in the SD card, select the letter that you have for the SD card. So read this message that all the data will be deleted. Okay, and proceed. Okay, good. So close. We can close this part. So this is what I already explained to you. Okay, and now we should be able to see now the steps that we need to follow. Okay, so if we go back to here, which is the files that have been generated, okay, when the PLC boots up, it will execute, if I'm not wrong, one of these two. Okay, that basically indicates the process for the PLC to execute, and it will execute this one that you have over here. Okay, serving this one. Okay, it will execute all these files. Okay, and that will have the firmware information. Okay, and this one, if I'm not wrong, are the certificates or the credentials in order to start the controller. So now you should be able to have the steps. So what we need to do now is to remove the SD card, as I'm going to do now. You need to do it safely. I just rush and directly execute it. So I have the SD card with me. What we need to do is to remove the power supply of this. So I'm going to remove the power supply. Okay, as you can see over there, there is no lights in front of the controller. Now what I'm going to do is to insert the SD card. As you can see over here, click and put the SD card over here. There we go. There we go. Click. Now the SD card is in. What we need to do now is to restore the power supply. So once the power is up, we just need to wait for the SD LEDs, okay, to finish. So right now we just need to wait for SD for this one, for the wrong, to change the status. Okay. Okay, so it's flashing. That one is flashing. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but it's flashing. So okay, just right now it's just stop. So it means that it seems to be fine. Okay, as you can see over here, if it's green, it's on, successful. If not, it will be yellow, and we can see the script, okay, to see what was the error. So now what I'm going to do now is to remove the SD card, and then the controller will start automatically. So here, remove the SD card, okay, remove, and it should be back online, okay. But remember, now that I have already deleted the everything from the controller, so now we should have the default IP address. So we just need to go back here and put the SD card on my side, okay. SD card here, command, should be able to have this script that allows us to see if we have any error or something. So if we double click, you can see that the this has been successful, okay, everything okay, return okay, so the firmware should be in there, okay, successfully. So now if we want to connect with the controller, okay, we should be able to see on the here, okay, that it has a new IP address, okay. So if we try to connect with this one, I believe I need to add it, test it, connection added, it will ask me for the credentials, or it should ask me for the credentials. So the credentials that was stored in the device has been banished, okay, so I need to create a new ones. Basically that is the thing. So if I activate administrator, there we go, okay, to have the new one, and then I need to log in, administrator, there we go, okay, yes, yep. Now as I have another configuration on the controller, it's possible that I log out as soon as I download the configuration, okay, just to show you the probably the inconvenience that you may have if you change the IP address and everything in the software, okay. So just wait for it to finish and give us the error message, because the IP address I was trying to be connected with is no longer available because it has been changed. As you can see, before I have the 10.11, now it has been disconnected because I have another one, so I need to add this one in the list. I'm going to log in, administrator, there we go, connection successful added. Now I'm going to log in, yeah, administrator, okay, and there we go, okay. So this should be the process if you don't remember the password, or if you don't have the exact firmware version that the software requires to have, okay. And let's just play over here, and we are in run. You can see here in the bottom something small in green. That means that I have the connection. So if we go back to the presentation, I just want to double check there is nothing left to say. And I already showed you this. So format the SD card with a controller, so ready to check. Open the controller system, yes. Download, yes. Check the firmware, create a user when download file to restore default. This one is already done. So this is how you can use SD card in order to change the firmware of the Modicon M262. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I see you on the next one.